get ready for the bullshit because I got something for y'all to watch.
This is my girlfriend. She's so pretty. She's so pretty. Do you want to introduce yourself? You want to introduce yourself? No, you don't want to introduce yourself? She's a little shy right now. But she's my new girl. She's my new girlfriend. She's a little shy, but she is pretty though. I like her. Maybe we'll get married someday. Maybe we'll have kids. You know, have a bunch of babies running around, living the life. Tell her. So, can you cook? Can you cook?
Yes, I can cook. I can clean.
Yeah, see, this is why I came to Thailand, to find a traditional woman. See, in the United States, women don't cook and clean. All they do is complain. And we don't got time for that. That's why I got my passport. And I've left the United States to come seek a wife, to have a traditional relationship. So, hey, give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. This is my new girl right here. So, guys, you'll be seeing her a lot more, hopefully. And, you know, we'll get to know each other. And I hope you guys subscribe to my channel, man. More men, more United States men need to get their passports and come to Thailand. Find them a traditional wife. Find them a traditional woman, because the women in the United States, they don't do us no good. They're not traditional. They don't want to be traditional. They want a traditional man without them being traditional. So they want traditional while they're modernized. And we don't want to modernize them. We want a traditional woman. She can cook, she can clean, she's a good woman, and I truly love this girl. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. I love her so much. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Get your passports. Stop thinking about it. If you got to save your money, save your money. Get your passports and plan ahead. I'm out, guys. Peace.
Now, I'm no body language expert, but considering the fact I've also dated women and I am a woman, I can tell you she ain't that into you. She sees what you can provide and she's going to get that, and then she's going to drop you like a bad habit. And at the end of the day, I don't really care. What you want to do with your life is up to you. However, there's a common pattern every single time. You guys always resort back to us. It's always about how much they aren't like us, while styling their hair and makeup and stuff like us, but that's another topic for another time. Y'all really don't like these girls. You guys are doing this in spite of us. If y'all are so happy over there, quit bringing us up in the conversation. Be happy with them.
First of all, is this female bald? Might as well be with that forehead. For sure she needs to get a couple cats. I honestly don't know how most of these 304s have the same talking points. At the very least, it's entertaining to watch them spin these passport bro wins. To answer her question, we actually do like these foreign women because we're traveling halfway around the world to marry them. And we bring up modern women in these videos to make fun of you because the world is laughing at the feminists like you in the West. Also, we know you'll get triggered and make videos trying to convince the world you're not crying yourself to sleep every night because you're single. As you can see, today's article we'll be reviewing is about another feminist who gets triggered by the passport bros. The title of the article is, "Trust me, most women don't want passport bro husbands. No, American women are not big mad about men avoiding them." Obviously, it's written by a leftover female who is big mad because she looks like this. I don't think she's 30 and already she looks like post-wall, and she's a self-admitted 304, if that wasn't obvious.
Does anybody else get like in a weird like internal debate about whether or not they should send a content creator like a picture of their boob or a flirty text as a way of tipping them? Because like you don't have money at the time and you're like, wow, they made some really thought-provoking content. Maybe I should just like show them that I'm attracted to them because of their content. And I'm like, no, that's a bad idea because that's unconsensual and you don't know if they're even into people who are your gender. And even if they are, you don't know for a fact that they're into you. And if they're not into you, that's really gross to just show like a person that it's like, why? I don't want to be the same type of person that like, you know, weirds people out in the adult film industry or weirds people out with like Instagram models. So I'm not going to do that. And then you can't stop sitting there and be like, maybe I should ask them if they would accept boob as payment. And you're sitting there like, huh, Should I ask if they accept boob as payment? Should that be like a new thing? Because boobs are cool.
I'm pretty sure that man would rather have money than see her grandma's sagging tit. But back to her argument, if most women don't want the passport husband, then why are these passport bros getting married while most of these modern women are single? And why would passport bros care about 304s if these men are already with a traditional wife that loves them? These men traveled halfway around the world to escape the 304 apocalypse in the feminist West. Let's read the rest, and let's get balls deep into this dumpster fire. After the most recent Passport Bro article, I've started to get a lot of nasty messages by bitter men accusing me of being angry that men aren't dealing with spoiled, entitled women. This seems to be the whole schema of most manosphere copes. You see, according to the manosphere, women are furious because men aren't choosing them and men aren't bending to their wills anymore. That's because it's true. These females are crying on videos because no one wants them or they're tired of being strong and independent. Like here's one.
I'm at that point in the year where if I don't go on holiday, I might actually die. Like I might genuinely combust into thin air and die. Because I can't... Oh, the clocks went forward. Okay, great, we have daylight. But it's like, where is the fucking sun? What is the point of global warming if it's not going to be fucking sunny when I want it to be? What is the point?
I can see why she's single. She's too masculine, ready to throw a fist. Ain't no man is going to fly her out on vacation to enjoy it with her. Hell, he'd need a vacation from her. She's more masculine than most men with her deep-ass voice. Back to the article. Are some women angry that they aren't making headway in the dating world? Absolutely. I know a lot of women who dreamed of their Prince Charming, white wedding, and 2.5 kids who are grieving that opportunity. It's an issue. It's actually most women who are grieving about the fact that they'll never get married, because only 6 out of 1,000 men are getting married in the feminist West, and that number is getting lower every year. One of the major problems is these females are expecting virgin 18-year-old benefits. Also, that white picket fence isn't happening with the divorce and marriage laws, and because these females aren't demanding those laws to be overturned, which proves to most men they really don't want to be a wife but just have a wedding.
I ended up marrying the wrong person. Okay, so I'll just put it that way. And I didn't know what divorce looked like. All I know is that people get divorced. It was relatively common, but I didn't know the steps that were involved. Nobody ever told me. Had I known, or had I even if somebody said, you know, Rich, you might want to sit in a family courtroom for a couple hours before you go and get married, just so you can see how fathers get treated in court, right? So before anybody out there thinks about getting married, I'm telling you right now, go sit in a family courtroom and watch how fathers get treated, because you'll think twice about taking nuptials and vows in a place like Canada, because it is very hostile towards men and fathers. And I had a 20-minute call. I was driving my car at the time. I had a 20-minute call with my family lawyer. He said, well, you don't want to go to court in this because the person that has the penis is going to lose. And I thought to myself, what? The person that has the penis is going to lose. I thought that we lived in an egalitarian sort of society where men and women were equal.
Back to the article. I'm not going to deny that there are women out there who are angry that they can't find a date they're attracted to. The dating market is terrible for women, and it's only getting worse. This feminist is so clueless. Most men on dating apps are invisible. If they get 3 matches that aren't bots or a thought promoting their OnlyFans, they'd consider themselves lucky.
If you're not getting matched on Tinder, here's why. It's all down to Tinder's evil business model and economics. The algorithm creates something called a desirability score. It is a hidden rating that every single user gets, and it dictates who you're shown to, which means that if you're not good looking according to the algorithm, you're going to be screwed. And it's all because they've got a supply and demand issue. Guys outnumber girls 9-1. A London study found that a woman will receive a match for 10% of their swipes, versus 0.6 for men. And this is where it kind of gets a little bit dark, because of Tinder's microtransactions, offering men the chance to break out the shadow realm. Oblivion! So if you pay, your profile is going to be seen by 100 times more people. You can message them before swiping, you can super like. Depending on your desirability score, you're going to have to pay 30 times more for one of those microtransactions. So if you're over 50 and living in a metropolitan area, you're going to pay £35 for Tinder Plus. Whereas if you're under 30 and a woman in the exact same area, you're going to pay £7. So next time you feel trapped in a cycle of loneliness from dating apps, just remember, all they're trying to do is make as much money as possible from you.
These feminists have no problem finding the men they're attracted to blow out their backs, but what they want is these same men that most women are sharing, to stop being a player and commit to them.
I can't switch the fact that we're only attracted to 20% of men. Okay, I can't change that. I can't change the fact that half of women, by 2030, this is 6 years away, half of women are going to be single and childless. This was a study done by bankers, not people that have a political agenda. So if you're married, women are going to be fighting for whoever you got. They're going to be, and the women already do that. Women want to be, I always say that if we banned side chicks, if we made it illegal or something, the first people that would complain are women. There are women that go to NBA games trying to get men to cheat on their wives. This is, if you have a guy that other women like, that's just what it's going to be. And, I didn't make that world. This was the fault of our grandmothers and great-grandmothers. I didn't do it.
This is why a lot of feminists and 304s hate just pearly things, because she says the quiet part out loud. And because she's a female, they can't shut her down like they do with most men. Back to the article. But I don't think that passport bros and their fans realize that women aren't grieving them. These females want the right to reject us men and still have us be there, to be their backup plan when they become a single mom or when they're not being chosen by Chad and Tyrone anymore.
I think I'm a little bit older, and I wanted the perfect person in my 20s, and I think that I realized that that perfect person doesn't exist.
Exactly.
So I think, now I will want both. I want the beta and I want the alpha, because I think the beta male is the one that's going to cater to me, that's going to nurture me. The baths with the flowers in it, the flyouts, the islands and stuff. But then I want the alpha because that's the person that's going to know how to fuck me and handle me and deal with it.
We want both.
But I need both,
But you got
plus 2 or 3 more.
Oh.
But
she said not only you, but somebody else.
What
baby.
I will say is I want them to all be monogamous to me.
Oh,
that's
while I deal with all of them.
Damn.
I want them to make a choice to be like, I want to be beta to her. I want to be alpha to her.
You put it on another.
Double cap.
Do you?
Wait.
Do you?
Wait. Hold on.
Don't.
So you want all those guys to only see you?
Yeah. I want them but I want them to make a choice. I don't want to force them to do it. You're gonna triple cap me. I don't want to force them to do it. I want them to make a choice to be like, I'm making a choice as an adult to be like, I only want to be with you. I have the choice to be with other people, but I only want to be with you.
Wow.
Yo,
but I know
even when
that
you're
with
doing
other people that are fulfilling other sides of you that need to be fulfilled that I cannot fulfill because I'm an alpha or I'm a beta. Because alpha males don't want to rub my feet and shit. They just want to fuck me and do aggressive alpha male shit, and I like it. But beta males want to do the nurturing, the cuddling, and all of that, the hickeys and all of that, and I like that too.
I hope someone else
I don't
brings
want
out of
to
that.
have to choose, and I feel like I don't have to choose at this point in my life.
She just proved why I say all the time, stop trying to romance these 304s. It's a waste of time. They don't deserve it, and it will have the opposite effect of what you think it will do. They only qualify for the soft guy era, as in, if they really like you or claim they like you, put them to the test by demanding them to take you out and pay for dinner. Otherwise, as she said, these deceptive thoughts will try to fool you to get the relationship benefits the alphas will never give them. Because 5 seconds after Chad and Tyrone bust a nut, they kick these bed wenches out. Continuing with the article. However, I'll be honest, the dating pool needs chlorine in it. Men are going to hate me for saying this, but women are not asking that much out of the men they date. The vast majority of women I know just want a guy who grooms himself, has a kind heart, is fairly fit, isn't a nut job, and is financially independent. No, they are asking too much. What she's not saying is that the man must be 6 feet or taller and handsome. Most of the good guys are the best husbands and boyfriends and go above and beyond, only to get cheated on by the Chad and Tyrone who don't care about these females.
Where are all the good men? Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, ladies, but they're done. They've walked away from today's modern women. They're done with dating, done with marriage, done with relationships. And no, ladies, it's not because they're scared, like you all are telling each other is the case. No, the real reason they're leaving is because they don't see a point in relationships anymore. Because there is no point in relationships for today's men. They're expected to give while getting nothing in return. They're told that they need to honor, respect, and provide for women while never seeing it reciprocated to them in any way. They've been told time and again that they aren't needed, aren't wanted, aren't necessary, and that they should just go away and leave women alone. And ladies, we've heard you loud and clear. We've said, fine, if that's what you want, we're going to give it to you. And that, ladies, is where these good men are, off doing their own thing and enjoying life, because they are done dealing with the drama, narcissism, and insane expectations most of you have. Men are done with never being acknowledged, let alone appreciated for all that they do. So if you're wondering why all the men have walked away, there's your reasons.
Continuing. That whole must be 6 feet tall and make 6 figures thing, not really a thing. The women who demand a height over 6 feet are a fairly small percentage. Besides, most guys I know lie about their height on Tinder.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Funny how she just disproved her own statement, because how would she know guys lie about their height if she's not actually matching with the guys who claim they're over 6 feet? Apparently, the bait worked because she went on a date with them and found out.
Why is it that women only seem to like tall guys?
I don't know every woman's answer, but mine, it just makes me feel like small and dainty and feminine, more feminine. I have dated guys that were closer-ish to my height, and I just felt more masculine being around them.
What if he was short but big?
I dated a short, buff guy-ish.
Still doesn't.
Yeah, I think it's just something about like the eye contact, like
so
being close.
Is there anything a guy can do if he's short?
Not for me.
Oh, that's it? That's what
I mean, we're married. Nobody can do anything for me because you're
that's
here.
A nicer couple.
Continuing. The hard part is that most men don't meet the standards of being groomed, kind, fit, and stable. Those who do often have a lot of resentment about having to pursue women or don't really do anything to make a date pleasant for girls. Fit when she's not fit herself? Most women in America are overweight to say the least, so already the dating pool that men have to choose from is small.
Hey, guess what?
What?
70% of Americans are fat.
I heard about that. No, it goes 70% of Americans are overweight.
Yeah, fat.
And then 40% of them are obese, I think.
Yeah, I just looked that up the other day.
Which is crazy because you look like you're in good shape.
Back to the article. I can't even name how many dates I've been on where guys kept demanding I do stuff for them, accused me of being a gold digger, called me shallow, demanded nudes, harassed me, or just made me feel worse than I did pre-date. I'm not alone. Most women I know have similar experiences. Good, because these females are chasing the same top percentile men, so these alphas can be rude and treat these thoughts like an option.
Men with power, men of value, cheat because they should. A lot of you ladies aren't going to like what I have to say, but I don't really give a French toast doggone. Because when you are in the top 10% of men and almost 100% of women want you, just like Pringles, you can't just eat one, or Lay's or whatever. Why is it that so many women today seem to really honestly believe that in a connected world, a man who has separated himself and rose to the top has to be limited to you?
Continuing, the gold digging and entitlement men accuse women of is actually pretty laughable. After one bad date too many, women don't want to date men anymore. Moreover, men are starting to lag behind women when it comes to their job prospects, education, and home ownership rates. So while men accuse women of using them for money, the truth is that women have more to lose from being with a man. The biggest indicator of poverty in a woman's future is whether or not she's married. That's weird. I rarely see women having to pay child support or alimony. And the home ownership statistic? Let's see how many of these homes were stolen from men through divorce, robbery, and child support. Back to the article. High-income women are aware that men are more likely to dig for gold with them. That's why most women who are making serious bank are stepping away from dating. I personally know 2 women who avoid marriage for this reason. High-earning women are firstly insufferable. If they make more money than the man, that's if they actually date a man who makes less than them. Most of them want to date men who make more and find out the hard way that looks and youth is better than a large bank account when it comes to dating men. They preach equality and being a boss lady CEO, but refuse to date men who make less.
Many women say they are finding it very hard to find a man who makes as much as they do. And this is changing the age-old mentality that men are the breadwinners. And researchers say they are seeing a trend of women dating down, which means, a man who...
Dating down.
So women, we're more educated now. And so with that being said, we're going to hold off on the baby making. We're going to hold off until we get that great job, really career driven. And I don't think there's anything wrong with hoping that there's someone either on your level or higher than you.
So before, right, it was okay when the man made more money to be the one to buy everything, to do, treat you and all this other kind of stuff. And now that you make more money, you can't be that one because you're dating down.
I hate
You wanted to make more money.
Right.
Are you going to find many men out there that makes as much as you do?
And my point is, so now you're going to, because we hear so much about women that are like, oh, there's nobody out there, there's no one out there, I can't find love, I'm getting too old. Now you're going to sacrifice the fact that you could find that love because the man's not making that much money?
Continuing. Women in poverty can't afford to do that. Guys know that well. That's why they're going to impoverished nations to pick up women as brides. You can't walk off if you have no other options. Women in impoverished nations have a better outlook on life. They actually see being a housewife and a homemaker as the best life they can live. These women who have seen poverty don't have high standards like demanding the man to own a mansion or a six-figure sports car. A clean house with a hard-working man that loves them is good enough. And they don't have to marry passport bros. They can marry men from their own country, but they have to compete for those men as well. In a poverty nation, the men who can make enough money to own a house, a car, basically live a middle-class life and are hard to find. They're married already to the most beautiful women in the village.
The modern woman today has been tricked that her education is correlated to her intelligence, or it's correlated to the type of man that she is owed. Modern women today will shame, insult, and guilt you out of your standards.
And that is why men are flying over from the West to another country and getting play. The women from from the West, they can't fly over somewhere else to go and get men. No. They're pushing their men away to these other countries and then cursing them out for going to these other countries while pushing them away.
We feel like we own our men in our culture. They don't want you having more options outside of what they're giving you. If Western men are not wanting us and can't deal with us, we can't get a man here. Men from more traditional countries, which the vast majority of the other countries in the world are way more traditional than the West, especially the U.S. I don't know about the UK, but the U.S., if the men there say that you're a hot mess and they're not wifing you up, you're not going to go to Italy, Portugal, or Brazil and get a man unless he's trying to get a visa.
Too many men seem to be okay with asking women to F men they are not attracted to. This is projection because Western women are okay sleeping with men they're not attracted to get more relationship benefits and manipulate the men more. What does she think OF is for? They're showing their nudes to men they'd never send nudes to in real life. Thus why these prostitutes demand to be paid to show their X-rated photos.
You don't think women manipulate men sexually for advancement in the workplace? Here's a rule. How about no makeup in the workplace?
Why would that be a rule?
Why should you wear makeup in the workplace? Isn't that sexually provocative?
No.
It's not?
No.
Well, what is it then? What's the purpose of makeup? Why do you make your lips red? Because they turn red during sexual arousal. That's why. Why do you put rouge on your cheeks? Same reason.
Does anyone else get heated when they hear people try to goad them into dating or sleeping with someone? Few things set me off as much as give him a chance. Yes, let us women all give men we are not attracted to a chance. Sure, he might end up picking up on the fact that the woman he's with can't stand being touched by him, eventually leading him to resent her and violate her. But why not? Wow, she just admitted that she, like most women, aren't attracted to most men. Remember when she just claimed the 6-foot thing isn't a thing? Now she's complaining about giving the average guy a chance. And let me make this clear. She and every female in the West has a right to have their own standards. It's the fact that they don't admit and even lie about these shallow standards that I have a problem with. They get wronged by the Chads and Tyrones and blame all men. And honestly, I haven't seen foreign women getting married to passport bros they weren't attracted to. Maybe the men aren't their ideal type, but they're realistic. They know they can't get everything they want, so they compromise. Us men can't marry runway models or 10s, yet we're happy with a 7 because she's more likely nicer than 10s and offers more than looks to a relationship. The pathetic men who become passport bros mostly happens on TV because the producers purposefully pick train wrecks because it makes good TV. They'll pick the delusional guy as well because it fits into the feminist agenda.
That's all I wanted.
Hindi ka nakakaintindi.
Okay.
Don't want to talk to you because you don't understand me.
Well, hello. I don't speak Tagalog, please.
What just happened?
I don't know. But I do not believe in love.
Ed proved that just because foreign women are poor, and in that case, Rose is a single mom who lives on a dirt floor, doesn't mean he's going to get respect or find love. He needs to stop being a fat slob, taking illegal supplements, and build as much muscle as possible, because believe it or not, he used to look good. That was him in his prime. He looks like a slayer. Then he had a kid and he lost his way. That's why he got divorced in the first place. Just like the wife can't get fat, you can't become a fat slob. You gotta be the best man you can be. Lead by example, and your wife or girlfriend will follow you for the rest of your life. Back to the article. I'm being sarcastic about that. The truth is that I don't see men practicing what they preach. If a guy isn't attracted to a girl, he won't date her just to give her a chance most of the time. Now, why is it that women have to be the ones to offer a pity screw, For someone who's overweight like this feminist blogger, why is she so obsessed by looks? It honestly sounds like projection. Goddamn. And to answer her question again, women don't have to date men they're not attracted to, but they do to get relationship benefits from these men because they trick them to doing so. This sounds like she's mad that she had to make good of her end of the deal, like she prostituted herself for the relationship benefits for a man or men she wasn't attracted to. She continues on her looks rants. Women are allowed to have preferences. They are also allowed to say that they won't date someone who treats them poorly. This is not being entitled. This is knowing what you want and not settling for less. But what the hell does that have to do with the passport bros? I thought she was going to disprove the passport bros. All she's saying is that she let Chad and Tyrone smash for free and now she thinks she's entitled to more than being a booty call for these men, who have all the options in the world.
How to manipulate men. Warning. Do not just use these on just anyone. These are only for the F-boys and the boys that are ghosting you. So in that case, go right ahead. If he asks you if you've ever been here, if you're at a restaurant, if you are at a store, if you're at a certain location, or if he asks you where you got that, a piece of jewelry or something that could have been a gift, a new technology thing, whatever it is, okay? If he asks you, have you been there or where'd you get that? Start giggling. Be mysterious. Be very weird by it. Like, make him super suspicious. Be like, whatever. And he'll be like, wait, why aren't you answering my question? It's a simple question. But you're making it sound as if there's more to the story. And if you want to be really toxic, you can say, don't ask questions that you don't want the answer to. Because then that's gonna convince him that somebody else took you there on a date or somebody else bought you that jewelry or whatever it was out of a present or a gift for you, assuming the gender or whatever that you're into bought it for you. So after that, he's gonna keep asking you, being like, what do you mean? Like, keep trying to poke the bear and poke you to like get the answers out of you. And you just keep having to like be giggly, be whatever, be like, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter who got it for me, whatever, like, don't worry about it. And then at the end of that, some point he'll start dropping it and he'll start dropping the whole questions asked or whatever, but it'll still be in his head. So he'll still be thinking about it. So you might not get the exact same thing from him or being taken to that place or whatever it was, but you bet your butt that he's gonna get something for you or take you somewhere because he wants to be the person that you remember and have memories with and have gifts from and all that stuff. He doesn't want another man to have done that for you. So Jimmy's gonna act up and act right after this one.
Notice she said this for the F-boys are men that ghost you. Who are those men? The Chads and Tyrones. Despite getting used for sex, they still want to be in a relationship with these physically gifted men. You can't make this shit up. Back to the articles. If you don't fit what she wants, not a big deal. Someone else will find you cute as long as you're not a seething, ragey mess. Move on, dude. Please don't be the guy who tries to make her feel bad about rejecting you. The passport bro movement are men who have moved on. You feminists claim you didn't want them, and so they got the message and flew across the world.
Okay, passport bros talk. I don't want to talk about this normally because it's super controversial, but I just saw some shit. A woman in this video I saw said that men only go to third world countries because women are uneducated, unemployed, and poor. A good friend of mine married a family member of mine that was uneducated, unemployed, and poor. She became a hairstylist. He told her she should build a business. She said, it's too much work. He built a business for her, marketed it, built an LLC for her, taught her how to manage it, market, and everything. She became extremely successful, divorced him, and now she pays for a new house with her new husband, who's never been as successful as she is or her ex-husband. His friend told him to go to the Philippines because that's where he met his wife, and it made his life so much better. My friend went to the Philippines, met a woman with a college degree, a teacher that was so good at managing people, became the principal, and then volunteered to tutor people because she loved serving others. She moved here with him. They got married 2 years later. She's been subservient, has taken care of everything around the house that she possibly can, has been sexually submissive to him, everything, has made this man become more educated, more driven, more humble, able to control his anger. When he met her, he was struggling financially, had anger issues, and suffered from depression. He already had a college degree, but she made him more successful and achieve all of his fucking goals. She got rid of his anger issues with one simple technique. Anytime he starts to get angry, she touches his arm gently, calls him a sweet name, and says, "Can I do anything for you?" His anger melts. He says, "No, thank you. I love you." Now they've been together for about 10 years. He's more successful than he's ever been, doesn't go through depression, never angry, and when he's angry, it's handled in a smooth, calm way. They have a son together. That's the prettiest kid I've ever fucking seen. He looks like Bruno Mars with slightly darker, more caramel skin. All of that is because this woman does not see it as, I'm serving this man and I have to do everything he says. No, she believes this is the thing that I can do for my husband, and it makes it where he can do more for himself and me. And when he grows, I grow. She doesn't fight him on decisions he has to make in life. She doesn't neglect his needs. She wins because he wins. And the best thing she's been able to do for him is give him everything that he needs at home so that he does not have to stress. So he wins out in the world and comes home and just adores her. Beautiful. Learn some shit. Grow. Have a good day.
Just remember, you level up an American woman or a female from the West, she'll then think she's entitled to better men than you. It's the same thing if your wife finally gets in shape or loses weight. She ends up getting fit for the next man. Continuing. The men who are joining the passport bro movement or go red pill are not attractive. For a female that claims her standards are reasonable, she sure is making a point. To let us know she only goes for the attractive men. It's not our job to be attractive. That's the woman's job. Sure, we can hit the gym hard and become more masculine, but for us men, our main job is to build wealth. It's weird how the least attractive females in the West actually have the highest standards. Back to the article. I can't help but notice how many of these guys are quick to follow feminist writers like myself to point out that men are quitting feminist-poisoned women and then disparage my writing. Yay for my read time, but for real, what does this accomplish? It's really obsessive to follow feminists just to brigade and harass them. I mean, aren't they supposed to just stay away from feminists if they hate us? It seems like a trigger for them. These feminists can call us ugly and shame us men, but whenever we clap back, they call it harassment. That's the typical feminist playbook. Besides, they're the ones who chose to be a public figure because they don't want to do any real work, like be a welder or miner or pave the roads or be an engineer, then get mad about the consequences of being a public figure, which means their life will be under a microscope.
I really feel for the men, guys who have so much, they're working so hard, they're trying to prove themselves because society makes them. And to have this girl come here and just completely belittle you on the internet. These are good men out there. It's not about the dollar sign, it's about the intention. If a guy takes me to McDonald's and then buys me a meal, amazing. I love McDonald's. It's the intention. It's the fact that he made a point and said, hey, I've got this. I want to take you out. It's about the fact that someone went out of their way and they wanted to do a wonderful gesture for you. That's the point.
Honestly, most women will agree with me when I say that we don't care what guys like this do. They're not grieving the relationships we're not having with them. Women aren't attracted to entitled, angry man-children. Yep, she wrote at least 2 articles about these men who she claims no one cares about. That's not how the media business works. If these post walls didn't click on the articles she wrote about the passport bros, she wouldn't write them and talk about something else. But her spinster audience can't help but want to see the passport bros to fail and make their miserable single life seem not so bad. Continuing with the article. The guys who are shitting all over women have equal rights are not attractive. The guys who bemoan having to pay for dinner are not the ones women are fighting over. The guys who use weaponized incompetence are not cute. She's another one who fell for the soft guy era. Us men are done treating leftover women like virgins. The weaponized incompetence is to make a point about these 304's sky-high demands. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.